Tourism is a travel for pleasure or business. Also, the theory and practice of touring, the business of attracting, accommodating, and entertaining tourists, and the business of operating tours. The World Tourism Organization defines tourism more generally in terms which go beyond the common perception of tourism as being limited to holiday activity only. As people traveling to and staying in places outside their usual environment for not more than one consecutive year for leisure and not less than 24 hours, business and other purposes. Tourism can be domestic within the traveler's own country or international, and international tourism is both incoming and outgoing implication on the country's balance of payments.
Hospitality is the relationship between a guest and the host, wherein the host receives the guest with goodwill, including the reception and entertainment of guests, visitors, or strangers. Louis Chevalier de Jaucourt describes hospitality in the Encyclopédie as the virtue of a great soul that cares for the whole universe through the ties of humanity. Hospitality is also the way people treat others. That is the service of welcoming and receiving guests, for example, in hotels. Hospitality plays a fundamental role to augment or decrease the volume of sales of an organization, hence, business should master it. All hospitality businesses, even those residing outside of the tourism sector, follow a similar approach with their operations by emphasizing the importance of strong, positive customer service. Tourism is just one of many hospitality-related sectors. There are dozens of other career opportunities in the hospitality industry that don't involve tourism. A few examples would be a concierge, executive chef, hotel manager, waiter or waitresses, food and beverage director, barista, housekeeping manager, and restaurant host or hostess.
Tourism law is a unique area of law which involves general government regulations and specific travel and hospitality industry rules. According to the United Nations, World Tourism Organization or UNWTO, the purpose of tourism law is to provide a legal and regulatory framework for the development and management of tourism, preservation of cultural traditions, natural resources, and facilitate the involvement of the private sector and local communities in tourism development activities. Tourism law also reflects not only the rights of international and local tourists, but also the legal responsibilities of inbound, outbound tour operations. Travel agents and other significant players in this industry, the main concern in tourism law is to provide a fair and equitable environment for travel consumers and organizations. For instance, tourism law comes into play when it involves goods and services rendered and situations where laws are there to ensure restaurants are serving food which are safe to consume and premises which are free from danger. Tourism law also encompasses laws in movement of people and goods across the world. This includes movements by air, sea, rail, and road, where each mode of transportation applies different sets of rules and international conventions. Furthermore, tourism also plays an important role in cases or situations involving terrorism, natural disasters, protests, and disease breakouts where visitors and tourists should be aware of their rights and the safety precaution measures that should or could be taken at the time. Tourism law provides guides and imposes responsibilities and liabilities to the players in the industry to ensure the safety and the well-being of any tourists or visitors under their care in cases which are out of their control.
General law. General law is the territorial law of a nation. It consists of all individuals, artifacts, actions, and events within the territory of the country governed by it. General law is made up of certain laws of law which the courts have taken judicial note of. A legislation that is unrestricted as to time shall be applied to all individuals of the same class in the entire jurisdiction subject to the authority of the legislature that enacted it, often known as General Act or General Law. A general law is one which embraces a class of subjects or places and does not omit any subject or place naturally belonging to such class. A law that is unrestricted as to time is applicable throughout the entire territory, subject to the power of the legislature that enhance it, and applies to all persons in the same class. Special law, a law that applied to a particular place or specially to a particular member or members of a class that is unconstitutional if the classification made us arbitrary or nor without a reasonable or legitimate justification or basis. Special law consists of the legal rules which courts will not recognize and apply them as a matter of course, but which must be specially proved and brought to the notice of the courts by the parties interested in their recognition. Special law consists of certain other bodies of legal rules which are so special and exceptional in their nature, sources or application that it is inconvenient to treat them as standing outside the general or ordinary law.